What's good, YouTube fam? This your boy Tavares, aka 50, and I'm here with
Monomar, Dinka, Amber Guard, all of the above.
um we. So basically, I wanted us to restart the episode 9 because at the moment in time, I wasn't feeling it at the moment, but now I'm good. I'm back. I'm back. So I'm not here to let y'all down. So it's just that I've been kind of having like these thoughts in my head, and I've just been thinking a lot, and it's about social media, of course, and I feel like social media is like it's destroying us heavily. Um, the reason why I say that is because like a lot of people can have like mental breakdowns, and like social media is not everybody's cup of tea, So I feel like for the ones that's not used to social media and not used to having and all that stuff, I feel like people like that should just stay away from social media. Do what you used to do, how it was back in the days. If that works for you, it works. If not, hey, something to work for you. But at the end of the day, as long as you do what you have to do, and as long as you're satisfied with that, you're good. But that's something that's been like kind of like I've been thinking about. That's been weighing like on my brain. So I wanted to get that off my chest. So it's like I know social media like is a big platform for everybody to use, but I feel like for the ones that's not used to using social media and all that stuff, it it can be a pain. It can be a pain in the ass. It can be a pain in the ass. It can come back to you know give you so many thoughts and things, and have you in a state of mind where it's like like a state of mind that you thought that you would never be in. So I feel like having social media, and social media is a good and a bad thing. It's like a gift and a curse. So for the ones that's cursed with having social media, again, like just do it. Just do it how they used to do it. Back in the old days. If you can do it that way, if you got supporters, people that support you, or if you can do it on your own, just go from there. But for the ones that actually know how to use it, they are the ones that know exactly what to do with social media and stuff like that. So that's what I wanted to let them know, because that was going through my head, at that moment in time. So that's why I couldn't just let the time fly by and not record an episode of the podcast without letting people know what's going on and stuff like that. Because not only the podcast is about just what we talk about, but it's also serious stuff. It can be it can be we can have our funny moments and stuff like that, but we also have like the serious side of what goes on, of what we talk about on the podcast, stuff like that. The serious stuff that we talk about, that's like the conspiracy theories, social media, and stuff that people don't seem to really believe in, but should actually believe in. So that's the serious side. The funny side is just things that you know we see, like whether it don't matter if it's something with music, TV show, a movie. That's like the funny side, or if it's just a story that we can tell, that's something funny. So that's basically that's where I wanted to get off my chest to let y'all know, because I was feeling a little down at the moment, but I'm good now. I'm holding it down. I'm gonna hold it down for this podcast, through and through the good and the bad. So I just want to let y'all know I'm not here to. I'm not gonna let y'all down. I'm gonna keep going as long as we're doing this podcast, because I definitely don't want this podcast to flop. And that's another thing I've been thinking about too. Is like, as long as we've been doing this podcast, I know we not where we at, but I feel like we can make it. We can take this podcast. We can take this podcast like around the globe and somewhere where people can know us. So I really don't want this podcast to flop. I don't want, I really want people that out there. I really want people to support us. Like this is real serious. Like you just don't know probably the stuff that we as humans that we go through. I know we don't talk about what goes on in our lifestyle, but I feel like that's something that we should start doing now. Instead of just like holding back, because I feel like we should never hold back. Because I actually seen your post on Instagram. I actually see something. Because this is on the serious side. This is no funny haha business, nothing like that. I seen actually on your post that you posted, and it said like that's like something that be holding you back at times. And for me, like not only me but they as well want to know like how does like stuff like that is like holding you back.
I'm talking about like I'll hold everything in.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I feel like it's a zodiac thing too. It's a Cancer thing. Don't get me wrong. Like we Cancers will get we Cancer will get on your ass too. Walls, but at the same time, it's like so much majority of some of us. I'm gonna say some of us as a political standpoint. It's like we can hold shit in. Yeah, like we take dirt in, we take dirt in. We like a walking filter. We take dirt in till the filter get full. So when the filter get full, that's it. There's no returning. We might forgive you, but there's no returning. No.
Okay.
Then if the filter overflows, it's done. So it's like, for example, the Boys Girls Club thing I used to be at. It's like as I was working there, I really had like things like the relation, like things start sinking like a ship. It's like, as for me, like I could take certain accountability to myself, but I feel like I was just sick and tired just taking bullshit, bro. It's like for the kids and the supervisors, I feel like I was misunderstood, nobody giving that type of respect and notice shit too. It's like, I ain't felt welcome there. Like I did like as a member back then, I felt a little more welcome and a little more respected. So I was tired, man. On top, remind you, I was working Delta and McDonald's, 2 jobs, and I was just tired mentally and physically. So I was like, damn. Soon the filter was full. I like, you know what? I'm done. I know I got a lot of flat for me, but I felt a little something where I was like, damn, what I done? But over time, then especially Free Love, Free Love is another one had motivate me, had cheered me up a little bit, and gave me a little confidence about my decision I made. I said, you know what? Fuck what they think. Fuck them. Right. I know it for a fact. I know I did what's best for me. They remind you deep down. I ain't want to quit. I did not want to quit. It's just like it's a decision I had to make for myself. Yeah. Fuck the responsibilities and fuck everything else. I'm focused on me. Right. Yeah. At the end of the day, that's the only engine I'm living with. So when I'm gone, I'm gone. It's like sometimes, like the quote of the day, sometimes you gotta look out for yourself. Fuck bills, fuck this and that, fuck them. Fuck them. You gotta look out for yourself sometimes, man. Just fuck them. People gonna give you flack, say, oh, such and such, nah. Fuck them. I don't care. It's the truth. Fuck them. So, in general, when we play ball, then people make fun of me way back in the past. I used to hold it in. Yeah, it's like, and I wish, sometimes I wish I won't hold everything in. I just don't let nothing slide. Or just if I see if I people a disrespect, then I'm gonna go ahead and execute it. Like, bruh, then they confront it. I wish I know how to do that, but I can't, bruh. I guess it's not in me. It's not I think it's not a bad thing. It's like, it's kind of like self-discipline, Most motherfuckers, they lose their fucking mind if they don't disrespect them, Bill.
Right.
It don't matter if they're young, old, and etc. They would lose. They would set it off, Boosie style, Bill. So I like me. When people hold shit in, them the realest motherfuckers right there. Low key, them the realest motherfuckers, If a person could take a I ain't gonna say shitload, a storm load of disrespect and unwelcomeness and shit like that, that's a cold motherfucker, So I like, sometimes that shit could be a gift and a curse. Hold shit in. Then sooner I release it. Well, however it goes, that's how it's supposed to go. Yeah. It's like, if I go to a temper tantrum, that was part of the cards. If I'm supposed to fuck somebody up, that's how it is. I might be wrong, or well, I guess I guess I made the bed. I'm lay in it. So it's like, it could be a gift or the curse, Then on top of that, mentally and spiritually, that could overwhelm you, Yeah. It can make you depressed, Just like I said, just like you said on 8, it's like the word. The English language and the words, it's kind of like a curse, kind of like a spell. Yeah, like, especially when it's full with negativity. So it builds in you. It can change your mental. It can change your frequency. Make you depressed, sad, mad. All of the above, it's like damn. I'd be like, damn, I wish I could just express myself a little more. But at it again, it's not in me. Maybe it's not worth it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Now it's like, now that like you kind of like, I can say you express yourself, good enough to what people like could understand, or I wouldn't say could or should. I feel like they understand like your perspective or where you're coming from.
That's the thing. They don't. They always think what they say, they think that's the right thing. Yeah, they disregard what I say. They don't slightly understand on certain points. They're like, okay, you right here, but Mom, you wrong right here. I don't get that. It's like, what? Is this way? Is that way? This way and that way.
It could be like stuff like that. It can be when people don't understand. It can be a confusion. It causes confusion for some people who don't really understand other people.
Yeah, then bro. I be sometimes I be know what I'm talking about. And, like people don't accept that. I feel misunderstood, you know, in a certain way.
Yeah.
Which I always, since day one, jit days always been to have the short end on the stick of shit. So always be the one had the bad luck. Shit go wrong, you know.
Right.
I wish that like spiritual people like say, oh, that like some of us could get reincarnated. It depends if we didn't fulfill our purpose or not. We could just be we could go back here and be reincarnated.
Right. Yeah.
To me, if I be reincarnated, I want to be an animal. I want to be an animal or something. I don't want to be no human being. It's like being a human being, you know, it's not for me, Bill.
But you gotta also think like even whether it's a human being or an animal, you gotta look at it from this perspective. An animal and a human being can have their freedom or they can't have their freedom. Cause like with animals, they be in a zoo, they don't have no freedom. But for the ones, the actual animals that actually like are out like in Africa and stuff like that, they have their freedom. They have the right to do what they want to do. That same goes for a human being. As a human being, you can have your freedom as well, but it's like when you're working 9 to 5, it's like you've been enslaved. You know, you slaving 24/7 for people that that you gotta work under, and like every day you gotta wake up and go to a job that you know that you don't want to go to, but you still gotta do it anyway. You don't have to do it because you have to. You're doing it because to help your parents, or just help your parent pay bills and stuff like that, or just to try to save up and invest in what you want to do. So it's like it's up and downs with being a human being and animal. So it's like you can have your freedom here and there, but it depends on how you want your freedom. Like it depends on how you desire to have your type of freedom instead of being a slave. Instead of an animal being stuck inside of a zoo and can't do nothing and got to be trained by workers that's probably really don't give 2 fucks about none of those animals anyway, and just let them die. That's like the same goes for a human. You can either work hard for your free. You can work hard, on your free time when you have your own freedom, or you can work at a job, or you can work at a 9 to 5 job 24/7 where you're making money, but you're not making enough. But you got a slave just to feed yourself.
Yeah, feed.
So you got to think. You got to look at it from that perspective as well.
Or I process it and thought about and the two, like you got a point on that one too. So
yes. So yeah, that's big. Like that's like expressing yourself is like people that it's hard for people to express themselves. Like no matter what it is, no matter what zodiac sign that person is, it's hard for people to express themselves because, like you said, in your situation, people don't understand. People misunderstood what you're saying, and it kind of like backfires on you. Which I can definitely agree with that because like I know for myself certain things I've said, in the past, stuff like that, whether it's being funny or it's like serious, have backfired on me as well. So it's like I've been the type of person to hold stuff in and not really say too much because I'd rather not I'd rather not say too much than to actually say something that I know I feel like it's not gonna come out right, and people gonna make it seem like, oh, it's a joke, or make it, I don't, or make it seem like, okay, what I said was weird, or it's just like off the wall type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it's like, people gotta understand.
I'm gonna give you a story out when you finish.
When you expressing yourself, they gonna try to turn your words around to make it seem like, oh, you said something weird, or you said this in a funny way, and all that other stuff. So it comes, stuff like that comes with the territory. It comes with life. So that's something that I know. For the ones who don't understand, it's something that you probably might, for the ones who don't understand, I know you don't get anything. I know everything don't process well, in your brain and stuff like that. But maybe sooner or later in life, you'll probably get to understand stuff more. But for the ones that understand, they understand.
I'm gonna give you a story. Like way back in high school, on first period, I think, it was reading.
Pause.
Yeah. Oh yeah, pause. Yeah. And I was in reading class, and I said something to my reading teacher. Then he felt sighs, bro. He like, just for that, I want you to read this page from this page. If you miss one, I think he said one or two words, mispronounced one or two words, you got detention. I was shocked. I'm like, I like Chandler. Ain't mean to disrespect you. I was just joking.
Right.
Then that it again, when we say something, it go left quick.
Right.
So I was kind of shocked in a moment, but I had to read that book. Had to read them couple pages. Then he told me one of my class. I think he had walked off to the classroom, walked off and trying to do something. Then he had told one of my classmates is like, count the mispronounced words, he said, and they come back to me.
Right.
Then you already know, mom's strict days was on the beam back then, so I ain't trying to have no detention,
Yeah, exactly.
So I read them couple pages with the flawless victory, man. So I'm like, damn. Then it being general, like I said something, like that people be looking like the fuck. Why you say some shit like that?
Sad, yeah, because like sometimes you gotta actually know, like when people actually like being like serious with you, or being funny, or like you gotta know like if they actually giving you the support that you need, or when they not. So like I understand, I know, like, cause I be like on your Instagram and stuff, like I be like looking at some of the comments on your freestyles and stuff like that. I be reading some of the comments and all that stuff. I know people, it's like at times like you gotta think about it, or even if not just your Instagram, or just like anybody's Instagram, like you gotta think when people are being sarcastic, or if they actually like telling you, oh yeah, okay, you can rap, you can play ball, sing, this and that. You gotta know if they actually being, giving you the honest truth. Cause sometimes with social media, cause like some people, anybody can comment on somebody's stuff and all that stuff. Like, say what they want to say on somebody's picture, but you'll never know if they actually, if they being sarcastic, or they actually mean what they actually saying. Like if they give you the honest truth. So it's like you got. Go ahead.
Instead of like instead of like giving them the fire emojis and keep it moving.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you never know.
Damn.
So it's like you gotta like with that this actually brings me back to the social media thing. You gotta actually know when someone is actually giving you like commenting on your picture. You gotta actually know like what it really means. Like, I mean, the fire emojis and like all the emojis and stuff like that, and or like whatever they type, you gotta know exactly like what it really means. Like you gotta like have it processed in your head to actually know what this person is saying, whether it's words or using the emojis. You gotta actually know like what they really talking about, just to get a clear understanding, so you won't feel misunderstood, or people will be like, okay, this person you don't know what you're talking about, so it's like, it's just the emoji or whatever you write. It's like, okay, that's cool, just keep it moving. But you gotta really understand like what people actually be saying with words and emojis.
Damn. I never thought of it like that. But it's something to think about too. It made me want to question the people in my comments.
Exactly.
Or even that part. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I was about to say, maybe y'all need to fall back on the content posts.
I mean, it's not really like the content that you post and stuff like that. I mean, it matters, but at the same time it don't. But I feel like as long as like whatever you post on your social media platforms and all that stuff, as long as you like what you posted, you keep it posted on there. But if you don't like it, you delete it. Because matter of fact, this actually brought me back to, I don't know if we probably discussed this maybe like in one of the episodes, but I had brought this up one time. You know how people be on like Instagram and stuff like that, and they delete everything off delete all their pictures and want to start over? I feel like the only reason why people do that is like, I feel like some people, they fall back on social media. They kind of get away from social media for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll probably post here and there, but they won't post as often as they usually would. So I feel like people fall back, and it's like probably some of the pictures. It's like, because like some pictures on Instagram, some people post things. They'll post a picture and stuff like that. It'll get a lot of likes, or even if it's somebody that's not famous, they'll get a lot of likes too. But sometimes it can be either they don't want to get banned from social media, because how with TikTok and like Instagrams, they can ban you from posting certain things.
Oh yeah, especially TikTok. TikTok ain't playing, man.
So that's good.
TikTok, bro. I be hearing people getting mad at TikTok, for banning their account. They can take it down their content, and they just post,
Yeah.
take away some of the likes, and they be on probation, stuff like that. Like TikTok ain't playing, especially.
Yeah, exactly. So like that's why like I feel like when people do stuff like that, delete everything that they have on their social media platform and all that stuff, I feel like they kind of doing that to better themselves and come back as a better version of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people have like maybe one picture on their Instagram, or they don't have none. Some people feel like the certain stuff that they post, they know like the pictures that they have on their social media or the videos that they have, they know they want to post it, but in the back of their mind is like, what if this person don't get a lot of likes, or what if such and such don't like their pictures or don't comment all that stuff. That's why it it was a thought in my head. This was like another thing. The reason why I said I kind of feel like I want to leave social media and stuff like that, but not delete my pictures. That's why I feel like I need to fall back a little bit more. But now I see why people like on social media. Now I see why they do it, because it, like I said in the beginning when we first started the podcast, having social media for the ones who don't need it, I feel like just go back to how you used to do it back then. Because like having social media is not for everybody. Social media ain't for everybody, but it's like we can't go back to how people used to do stuff back in the days, like sell CDs and all that other stuff. It's like now that social media is like here, and here as a platform, is like that's the only thing we can use to build a platform.
Right.
And that's why a lot of people take their time, take a break from social media, because it can be stressful. It can have your mind in places that you've never been before. It'll have you thinking these crazy things in your head that that you want to do, but deep down inside that that you don't want to do it. So this is the serious side of the podcast as well. It's like I said, it's a serious side, it's a funny side. So, but like today on episode 9, this one was kind of serious. This was like a serious one. I know the first one that we recorded, that I know his topics that he talked about, the first topics he was talking about the versus battle. I know it probably like kind of threw him off, and I know it felt like my energy that I felt like I was throwing at him was not there. So that's why I kind of felt like I wanted to like die down for a little bit and like trying to get my brain back running back and get active again. So I wanted to restart over, because I definitely didn't come here. I didn't come here for the both of us to not make a podcast today, because Sundays are the days that we always make our podcast. And something was telling me, if we did not make this, if we did not make this podcast today, if we did not make episode 9 of this podcast, I would have felt bad about it, and then we would have to wait another Sunday to come through. So I didn't want to feel like I was the one that was responsible for not having that, having that type of energy. But I just needed some time to think, just for myself. So I don't want any type of negative energy towards y'all, or any negative energy to the person that's because we both the hosts of this podcast. So I don't want to feel like I'm the guest, and I'm the guest of this podcast, and he's the host of this. I don't want to make it seem like a one man podcast show. I want to make it like a 2 people podcast show, because I feel like if I would have canceled this whole podcast today, nobody would have never known what was going on through my head, or what was I thinking. And people probably would have been questioning, like, okay, how come we haven't been posting our podcast and stuff like that. So I didn't want to put that negative energy on him, because that was coming from me. And personally, I can own up as a man. I can personally say that, not only to y'all but also to you. I just want to say publicly, like, to y'all, that I publicly apologize for my actions and how I really felt in this situation. So I'm apologizing to y'all and to this man right here, because I feel like without this guy right here, we never would have started this podcast. I'm not gonna say I kind of thought of some ideas as well, but I feel like this guy was the person that's really, have us to start this podcast. So if I'm not here in the equation, and I'm not here to do the podcast with him, and it feel like my energy is not there, even on my behalf, even if he has to do it on his own, I feel like he can take this podcast that we are doing to to heights that it have never been before. But I want to make sure that this connection that we have, that we always do this podcast 24/7 nonstop. I want this podcast to be all over everybody's platform, that people know who we are. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. I hope y'all understand, and I hope you understand where I came from.
Oh, indeed.
So that was today was like it was today on this podcast. It was serious. Like, this was real serious. This wasn't
shaky too.
It was a little shaky as well. So I'm hoping that everybody, I hope this give y'all motivation and stuff like that, and to not have the type of actions that I had today. I wouldn't even say today. Matter of fact, tonight, really. I hope y'all don't have the same energy that I have. I always wanna bring the good energy to all y'all. I don't wanna come here with no negative energy. If I feel like I know I'm not feeling the podcast, then we can always. It's always gonna be a time where we might take days off. If we not feeling the podcast, it's always gonna be some days we're gonna take off. So I don't want y'all to think that this podcast is gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. We gonna keep grinding until we make it to the top. So I just wanted to let y'all know this podcast is gonna keep going for years and years to come.
It's been weird. It's been real, y'all. Thank you for participating, y'all. To the Talk Your Shit podcast. You gonna keep it raw. All the errors and trials and tribulations. Y'all gonna be right here for the flaws. So I appreciate your time, guys. And my name is Munamad, aka God, all the above, Dinkum.
And of course, Tavares, aka 50. And y'all make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, do all that.
Oh no.
And trust me, this would not be this is the today. I'm telling y'all this. Today is the last time. Today is the last time that you will ever see me with that negative energy out my system and gone and out the window. You will never see me like this ever again. So I promise y'all, I'm keeping my promise. But I feel like if I keep a promise that I know that I can't keep, I know it's gonna backfire on me. But I'm promising y'all that you will never ever see me with this type of energy ever again. So I'm gonna make sure episode 10, we coming with the heat. We coming with it. I'm gonna make sure I have all my ideas that I'm gonna share with y'all. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure I make it fun. I'm gonna make it fun for y'all. We're gonna have our laughs. We're gonna have our serious moments, but definitely I'm gonna come with energy on episode 10. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for episode 10. And we gone, and we'll catch y'all on episode 10, and we out of here. Peace.